Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to a new video. Happy Sunday. Hi Lisa, hi Julie, hi everyone. So tonight I'm doing a Step It Up Sunday, and where I'm getting my idea, hi Julie, hi Margaret, hi Connie. So glad you guys are all here. So my idea for tonight, I'll show you the cards in a minute, is coming from the Stamping Success. What this is, if you are not a demonstrator, you would not be familiar with it. We get this quarterly as demonstrators, and this is full of ideas. It's full, and we always have a message from our CEO. If you go through this, it's got a lot of ideas, introducing new products. So as I went through this, I came up to this page, Step It Up. And it's funny because that's what I call my Sundays once a month. And I am going to keep doing this class once a month. I think I set it up for the second Sunday of each month. So in looking at these cards, let me take this off. This gave me the idea to do these same colors. I don't have the stamp set that they're using, so I'm going to substitute. Remember how I told you when you case the catalog, you can do selective? So I'm going to substitute some of these items, but everything else is going to be the same. So let's start out by, I'm going to be using the Broadway birthday stamp set. For ink colors, Poppy Parade, Pineapple Punch, Coastal Cabana, and Mango Melody. Aren't these colors nice and bright? We're using the Scallop Tag Topper Punch, some rhinestone jewels. Now let me show you the cards. So let me bring this back in so you can see what the cards look like in this magazine that we get. And I'm substituting with the Broadway birthday stamp set. So I'm starting out with a simple card. I'm going to step it up a little bit so you can see I kept the same balloons. So all I'm substituting is the sentiment and then the 3 items that I stamped here for the birthday cake. And then we have the third one, same elements. I've cut these out and used stamping dimensionals. And I also added some rhinestone jewels, which they did not have in here, but we have a little bit of embossing. So we're going to make all 3 of these cards. And because all 3 have the same stamped images, I'm going to see if I can fit these all on here. I'm going to do all 3 of the stamping, and then we'll move on to the rest of it. So let me bring in the Poppy Parade. Now I've got quite a few stamps here. I've got the balloon, the candle flame, the candle, the hat, the balloon string, and then the 2 sentiments. I'm going to start out with the one that says, "You're never too old to make a wish." So I'm going to do all 3 of these. Hopefully I won't mess up. You know what? I didn't grab a towel too. Hopefully I won't mess up. Okay, that's the first image. Now I'm going to move these over just a tad so I can get the large wish in there. Oh, Diane, you like the rhinestones. I have a hard time making a card without adding any bling to it. Don't you just love this big wish? I love the font and I love the size. Okay, so all 3 of these start out this way. Now we're going to add the hat and the little candle. Let's see, I'm going to start with the candle first. So once I have all of these done up, then we can start doing the Step It Up versions. There's my candle. Now I'm bringing in the pineapple punch. We're going to do the little flame. Now this was the stamp set. Oh, I got my fingers on there already, see? I'm going to keep going anyway. This was the stamp set that coordinated with the June Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, now we're going to do the little hat. I'm going to grab a towel. I can't believe I got my fingerprints in there already. Okay, now I'm going to add the little hat. And you know what? I need to also stamp extra to do the die cutting. I should be using my Stamparatus. That way I wouldn't get ink all over the place. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the pineapple punch again. I'm going to try to cover that somehow. And I need to do the candle. These are the ones I'm going to die cut. Okay, so let me set this aside. So for the first one, it's pretty basic. We just did the stamping and then we're going to glue that to the card base. Oh, you guys love the bling. Yes, I love the bling too. Julie, you really like this stamp set. You know, when it first came out, it didn't really do anything for me, but now that everyone's been using it with the paper pumpkin kits, I did fall in love with it. So how quick was that? This is card number 1. Now we're going to step it up to this one. Let me just bring in a scrap piece of paper. And we're going to use Mango Melody for the balloons. And what I'm going to do is stamp twice without re-inking. Let's see, we'll add 2 more. Okay, next we need to do the balloon strings. And again, I'm going to stamp without re-inking. Okay, let me bring my card back in. So again, this is it for the stepping up. So what we've done is gone from the plain and simple. We added balloons in the background. And then we're going to add a small strip of the Poppy Parade. And that's going to be glued over to the left-hand side. I'm going to bring in the card base. Oh, thanks for sharing, you guys. Every time you share, you increase my traffic so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one with Stamping Dimensionals. I'm not sure if the ones in the catalog that I showed you, or the magazine that I showed you, were raised, but I like some of my layers raised. Okay, so that's going to go about right there. So that's card number 2. So again, we went from simple to adding balloons and adding a little red strip on the side. So that's step up number 1. Now we're going to add some embossing and some die cuts. But let me go ahead and stamp the balloons like I did on the previous one. So again, I am stamping off. Now, one tip about stamping off, like on this one, because I'm off of the edge, if I stamp this again, I don't know if you guys can see there's a line there where I went off. So I would not repeat this one. I'm going to ink it again and then stamp off because it would have made a line going through the balloon. I hope that makes sense. It's because it grabs the edge of the cardstock. Okay, we just have a couple more strings. Now I'm going to bring in the big shot and we're going to do some embossing and some die cutting. So here's my dies. Let me move everything over. And I'm using the sequins embossing folder. And what I'm going to do is turn my cardstock upside down so that the, well, not upside down, but so that my cardstock sticks out at the end. This is one of the thicker embossing folders. So you don't need a clear pad, you just need one. Okay, and that's the embossing that the sequins does. They do look like sequins. Now I'm going to bring in the magnetic plate. And we're going to cut out the die cuts. And I will have to do probably a couple swipes here, because I do have 2 of the birthday hats. And I am using washi tape. Okay, there's one hat and the candle. Now I'm going to do the second hat and the little flame. Did you guys see the little candle embellishments that we have in the catalog this time too? Those are really cute. Okay, one more time. I'm trying not to drop my clear plates like I seem to do every time I do a video. And I usually have to stand up to do the die cutting too, so it takes me a second to sit back down. Okay, now, the reason I stamped over here first is because I want to be able to have a pattern to put my die cut pieces on. And just disregard the little ink that I got there. I'll just have to redo that. I just had my fingers in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, because these are quite tiny, I'm using the mini dimensionals. They fit perfectly, especially on this candle. They're just the perfect size. Dixie, didn't they have party hat embellishments last year? Was it last year or the year before? They had the metal ones that were colored. I do remember that. Now I'm going to try something different here to try to cover this up. What if I did this? Actually, I'm going to switch the colors over. You guys told me you like to see when I make mistakes how I'm going to fix them. So this is how I'm going to fix this. How's that? All gone. Oh, Fran, you thought I could use sequins. Yep, I could have done that too. I think this works though. We just have 4 party hats instead of 2. Okay, now let's bring the card base in. Okay, where is my bone folder? And then we have this little red tag sticking out. We're going to do that. And I wanted to show you a little trick. You know me, I like to show you tips. So this is the piece that I'm using. It's 2 inches wide. I always write the number here so I know how wide to cut this. When I put this in, it's going to be hard for me to shove it in there. So I'm going to take a scrap piece. And I've created a handle. Now this handle is going to help me push it in. We'll make sure it's right. And then it's going to help me pull it back out. And then we can just peel it off. I do that with punches too. If you have a piece that's too short, I just add a little handle like that. Okay, now I'm going to do a bow with my ribbon. And then we'll glue this to the back of the stamped layer. Oh, you guys like the party hats? Diane says the more the better. So that was just a quick way of fixing my boo-boo. And it worked in my favor, actually. I'm just trying to make a smaller loops on my bows here. Okay. So now I'm going to glue that to the bottom left-hand corner. And we'll glue that about there. And then I'll add more stamping dimensionals. And then all we have left to do is to add the rhinestones. So are you guys all crazy about bling as I am? I just like to have, even if it's just 1 or 2 pieces, I like to have the bling on there. Okay, there's that. And then I just added some to the, whoops, I lost that one. To the top of the balloons. Let me see, my balloons aren't stamped like my other card. And then I added 1 to each party hat. So now that we have 4 party hats, I'm going to need more bling. Oh, you like the tip for the punch, Lisa. I'm glad. It's just if you have little pieces of paper, it's a good way to get them in there. I'd like to get something else on one of these balloons here, but they're all covered with lettering. Let me put one right here. Okay, so 4 hats instead of 2 to fix my boo-boo. So let me bring the cards back in. So I'll bring in the ones that I just stamped with you. So we had round 1, round 2, and round 3. And like I do every Sunday, whoever shared, make sure that you put in the comments that you shared my video tonight. And I'm going to do a drawing tomorrow morning, and I'll send you these 3 cards, whoever won. Let me see what I've got coming up this week. At 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, you'll see a list of the products that you need for Wednesday's class. And I can't remember. I think that's all I have this week coming up is Wednesday's class. So thanks so much for stopping in to stamp with me tonight. And I hope you have a good remainder of Sunday. I will see you on Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. Good night.